Welcome to this practice, everybody. We are going to be embracing wholeness and allowing in peace to our relationship with the past. Life satisfaction is determined by many things, but one of the things that can reduce life satisfaction is if we have unresolved regrets or conflicts in the past. And a lot of the times, these conflicts and regrets are 100% living within you. We have control. Are we able to be compassionate with ourselves so that we can be in the present moment, so that we can be satisfied with life? We are coming into an age or an eon or a timeline where value is primarily assessed by self. If you think about times of the past, it's very easy for value to be assessed by somebody else. Very powerful people determining the wages of the common people. We're coming into a moment in time where that still exists. We can file in line and let somebody else implement a value onto us. And there is much opportunity, exponentially growing opportunity for us to assess our own value. And it starts with self. Are we giving credit to ourself, which will then be reflected out into our life experience? Are we valuing ourselves? Appreciate. Appreciate is a term in the same realm of value. Appreciate means that it grows in value. And are we able to appreciate ourselves? There are spots in our history where there is much potential to appreciate ourselves. And a lot of times it's those difficult areas of our life, those challenges that we went through. And a lot of times, if we search hard enough, we can find places that we do not appreciate. And that's where I'm talking about those unresolved regrets, unresolved conflicts. And so we can go back into our psyche, and this is living in our body, and we can find these underappreciated aspects of our life history and infuse value into that. Learning to be self-compassionate, learning self-love is going to mitigate self-blame or thinking we're not enough. And as we resolve, as we breathe spirit or inspire light, spirit into those areas, we begin to appreciate all of the aspects of ourself, which increases our self-value. And with an increased self-value, increased self-compassion, we roll through life without that automatic program of self-blame. Self-blame is not self-responsibility. Being able to respond is responsibility. Blame is pointing fingers, labeling fault, judgment, assessment, victimhood in a disempowered way. Responsibility is an empowered way. And so our past shapes us. But it's not anything that needs to define us in a way that we are inflexible. And so if we have courage, we can dig up some of these areas, and hopefully you've already been thinking about something that's an unresolved regret, unresolved conflict. And a lot of times you can just tune in to a part, an organ, a part of your body that hurts. And you might feel it in your liver, where you're holding on to regret. Liver's on the right side of your underneath your ribs here. Or you might feel it somewhere else in your body, your heart, your throat, your hands. But that also makes this practice easier. So see if you can find one or two unresolved conflicts that you're still holding on to in your body. Just acknowledge the emotions. You might be feeling something such as anger or sadness or guilt. And if you have a sheet of paper, jotting it down can also help just get it out of you. Literally getting it out of you. And we're going to go through a 2-step process. Okay, first step. It's actually 3 steps. First step is to reframe this situation in a way that allows you to see the benefit. I'll leave it there. It's very simple. Reframe. Just even if it's on paper, even if it's pretend, even if it's a pretend imagination, how is this thing that you're holding inside of you a wish that it didn't happen? How can you reframe it to be grateful that it did happen? What is something? What is a strength that you have developed as a result of you enduring this? What have you learned? And we can pause this video if you need more time. We could go for 5 minutes would be good if I was specifically running a class on this drill. It'd be 5 to 10 minutes for this part, just to really allow yourself to dig deep to find more strengths. But as long as we have one, that'll work. And the next thing is self-compassion. So take yourself out of yourself and pretend for now, imagine, and eventually maybe embody the perspective of you being compassionate to, let's say, a best friend about the same situation that you're in. Write down or imagine what you would say to a best friend who's feeling bad or down about this situation. What would you say to lift them up? Say it to yourself. Write it down, journal, think about it, say it out loud. I'll give us a minute here. This is practice. That simple reframe can really enhance your perspective and open up clarity on some of these events in our life. The last thing is identify where it feels. You could imagine it somewhere in your mind. You can imagine it somewhere in your body. It could be a memory or something I'm not even aware of personally, and maybe it's how you experience it. And once you grab on to where that is living, take a breath in, hold it. Another breath in, hold it. More air to fill up your lungs completely. And then just release it out of your body. You might even feel it melting down into the earth. Let's go again. Inhale. Inhale. Feel that pressure building up with that air. Hold. And last inhale. Hold. And then release your grasp. Surrender. One last time. Inhale. 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 And release. That breath can be used in so many circumstances. It can be used if you're getting anxious. For me, I use it a lot before going on stage. If I'm feeling stage fright and I can't move around, a lot of times I like to move around, but if I'm sitting in a chair waiting to be called up on stage, sometimes I can't be doing wild things. So that allows me to release the tension, which is what we're doing. We're releasing the tension, we're releasing our grip, our grasp on the anxiety of this turmoil within us. And so as we move into the practice you're going to notice has a lot to do with our root up, or like our root connected up through the channels. And this is to coordinate the parts of our body, specifically going all the way back into our history. And let's first start, just for a minute, massaging this point right where this mound right here in our ear is, where this mound attaches to our cheek. Let's massage with our thumbs right here.